small will appear to be
Would
you rather A, save, or B, save like you mean it? Seeing as this is radio and I can't actually hear you, I'm going to assume you said B, save like you mean it. That's why right now when you bank with Tangerine, you can get 2.5% interest until March 31st on all new deposits to your savings accounts, RSPs, and TFSAs. Plus up to $75 in bonuses.
Arrested at the airport on Friday as well. They say that Savannah Rath flew to Nova Scotia from Illinois. The plan was to take rifles into the Halifax shopping centre and kill as many people as possible and then turn the guns on themselves. Gamble and Shepard grew up together in a place called Timberley on the outskirts of Halifax. They went to high school together. Both led unremarkable lives with no criminal records, but both were involved in social media on Tumblr. They had violent images on their blogs of the Columbine school massacres, serial killers, and neo-Nazi symbols. He told the media their friendship was not based on culture or ideology, but they don't know what the motivation for the planned plot was. Stephen Puttycombe, CBC News, Halifax.
So far, Canada's involvement in the international military mission against ISIS has cost $122 million. And Defense Minister Jason Kenney is saying the final figure in the end will ultimately be much higher. It's the first time the Harper government has released an estimate after repeated requests from the opposition. And it comes just a matter of hours before the Parliamentary Budget Officer releases his own numbers. Despite a ceasefire that was supposed to go into effect as of Sunday, the fighting continues in at least one town along the Ukrainian-Russian border. CBC's Nalayed reports.
The Ukrainian forces said they were attacked 15 times overnight, and if the thumps we're hearing in the distance here today in nearby Artemovsk are any indication, there's been no let-up in the shelling of the Debaltseve.
Become a Tangerine client.
They can't morally stop fighting for their town because it is their own territory. Thousands of Ukrainian soldiers are under siege inside, and the fight apparently is now centered on the rail station. And the Ukrainian military says they are still in control of that station. And the question of the difficulty of monitoring the ceasefire was the subject of another conference call between the four leaders who organized the truce. And European monitors are trying for a third day to get access to Debaltseve. Every time they have been turned back. The other thing we're watching is the withdrawal of heavy weapons, which was supposed to start yesterday, and this has been delayed by both sides as a result of the disagreement over Debaltseve. Nalayed, CBC News, Artemovsk, Eastern Ukraine.
CBC News has obtained documents that appear to show at least 10 Conservative MPs breaking the rules that govern parliamentary mail-outs. It appears the violations are similar to the ones that recently led to the NDP being issued a $1 million fine. MPs can send out letters for free, as long as the mail-outs deal with parliamentary and not party business.
It's that simple. Find out more at
defending their actions, saying the mail-outs were all approved by House of Commons administration. The winter weather headaches continue across the Maritimes. In some regions of PEI, people today are being told to stay indoors. As the province struggles to cope with the latest heavy dumping of snow. An additional 80 centimeters were added to the mix over the weekend. Schools and transit and government offices are closed again today. There are similar closures across parts of Nova Scotia and New Brunswick, with flights into and out of the province either delayed or in some cases cancelled. At least 18 people have been killed in Haiti after a parade float came in contact with a power line. The accident
Tangerine.ca. Tangerine. Forward banking.
Finding you. Float used a stick to lift the power line so the float could pass underneath. And that is the CBC News to this hour. We broadcast